Are we live? Hopefully, we're live because it is time for the Royal Rumble 1997. This is an interesting year.
Why so serious?
Why so serious? 1997, I think most people would say, is the beginning of the Attitude Era. I mean, you could argue the end of 96, or some people think it's maybe the summer of 97. Summer of 97 is kind of where I go. Although I think it was like, what, February, March of 97 when Vince did that intro to Raw, and he basically like welcomed us to a new era, which is kind of wild to think in retrospect, or even in the moment, right? To have the owner of the company say, "Hey, we're going to go in a different direction." It was very much needed, this different direction, but yeah, they just came out and flat out said it. I mean, I guess nowadays they do try to hit you over the head and tell you that, like, "Hey, we're in a new era." But it just doesn't really work the same, right? Things don't change as much as I think they say it does. For the most part, it's just kind of the same old shit. So, I'm trying to think. Yeah, I have seen this Rumble. Probably only once, though, like years ago. I don't remember, um, a whole lot about it. So, oh, it's 8 o'clock. So we are going to press play in three, two, go. I don't know. Do they have other pay-per-views on this? Like, I don't even know if they have the February pay-per-views. What am I gonna do next month? Should I just jump right into WrestleMania season? So we're starting with a video package of Shawn Michaels. Yo! T Will 482. Is that right? What's going on, man? The 1997 Royal Rumble. So, right, I remember Survivor Series 96, Madison Square Garden. Sid Vicious, or Psycho Sid, beat Shawn for the title. Thoughts on Saturday Night's main event? It was a fun show. You know, Cody and Jacob fucking killed everybody. Drew McIntyre getting involved. I loved the women's tag match, actually. I had a lot of fun with that. And AJ and Shinsuke Nakamura fucking killed it. Much better than the WrestleMania match they had that I was at for. And then the main event was fun, the four-way. So yeah, solid, very solid, more than solid. Probably the best Saturday Night's main event that they have done since they brought it back. Kind of wish having Jesse Ventura on the show. I don't know why why couldn't he be out there with Stephanie McMahon, right? I mean, I don't know. Hopefully, the Rumble will continue that, and then the road to WrestleMania can be on a cool page. You're actually excited for the Rumble. I am definitely. That's probably also why I've been doing these Rumble live watches, is because I have been trying to get myself more excited for the Rumble, and I think these have helped. Even though they haven't all been the greatest shows to watch, right? The mid 90s, the new generation era. But just the Rumble in general, it's a fun period. Just the idea of, especially this Rumble in like current time, 2026, there's a lot of people who could win this. There's a lot of people that like Pat McAfee was the face of the. Yeah, no, that was ridiculous. I don't. I mean, I don't know what fans Triple H is talking about. Um, like the most casual of casual fans. Um, but hey, if that's what Triple H thinks, Goldust is coming out to the ring. By the way, Goldust and his wife Marlena. It won't happen, but it's too bad we won't get Goldust for the Attitude Era. There's a few different people that, even though they're kind of mid card or lower card, you're gonna miss them for an Attitude Era roster, and I think Goldust is definitely one of those people. Um, and when you get later on in the Attitude Era, if you're talking about like Big Show, Edge, and Christian, you know, they better put the Hardys in at least. I'm very curious to see the roster. Bianca coming back, it's crazy that she's been gone for almost a full year. She broke like two fingers, and I guess it's been kicking her ass ever since, you know? I think either Bianca comes back and wins, or I think Liv Morgan wins. We have a video on Hunter Hearst Helmsley. Wait, who can talk? Wait, what? Who's J and J? Goldust versus Hunter Hearst Helmsley. I don't remember this match, like at all. Is Hunter Hearst Helmsley the IC champion right now? Was the King trying to ask Goldust if he's gay? I don't really know. Oh, Jordan and Jade. Uh, could be good, but I don't think Jade needs a talker. I think Jade's a good promo. Jordan. I mean, I don't know. Like, I like Jordan. I like her size. I like her matches. As a promo, though, I mean, I guess she's fine. She just kind of needs either a more defined character or I don't know. Because how many managers or talkers are out there to even stick with people? You know what I mean? Like maybe if I know Chelsea asked Jordan to join her Secret Service, and I don't really think Jordan would do that, but I wouldn't mind if you paired them together in some way. Like probably get rid of the Secret Service gimmick. It's been going on long enough to where I think Chelsea can just maybe do something else. Jordan can be her muscle, and because Chelsea's a great talker, a great personality, she can kind of get anybody over. Whether you make them a tag team or you just make uh, Chelsea her talker. Goldust just tackled Hunter Hearst Helmsley. Is that Mr. Hughes? I don't think anybody remembers Mr. Hughes. Mr. Hughes was not there that long. He was supposed to be Triple H's butler. A black guy that's a butler. Uh, yeah, it's the 90s. Well, I think if Bianca wins the Rumble, then Jordan. I don't know if they do the match with Jade and Jordan like at Elimination Chamber, or maybe they do it if there's a Saturday Night's main event before Mania. But I don't think a Butler How original. I know. You know, it's the mid to late '90s when you see certain stereotypes on your wrestling screen. I guess your wrestling screen. But yeah, I don't see Jordan sticking around the feud if it's Bianca and Jade. Um, well, I don't think you're gonna have Jordan, Jade, and Bianca feuding like for a triple threat. I think it's gonna be just Bianca and Jade, right? One on one. Uh, yeah, I would be surprised if Jordan is still in the mix if Bianca wins the Rumble. I kind of want Liv Morgan to win the Rumble though. Even though when Bianca won the Rumble, it was the no crowd Rumble, so that kind of sucks. Oh, Hunter. Hey, Shadow Bear. What up? What up? Oh, and Tyrese Daniels is watching Saw 2. Weren't you watching Saw 2 the last time I did this? You know, there's other Saw movies in the franchise, right? Saw 3 is pretty good. Well, especially because Liv got pinned last night in the tag title match. So I could see Liv bouncing back and winning the Rumble big. Damn. Goldust just hit Triple H with this blue steel steps, and there was no disqualification. And then Triple H just fell and hit his head on the. Uh, leave a like on the stream. Yes. Thank you, Ty. Leave a like on the stream. It'll help the video out, help the channel out. I appreciate it. Thank you. I do wonder, are we going to get DX Triple H or are we going to get My Time Triple H for the Attitude Era? I mean, I'd be okay with both, but I'm not sure if they're going to give us both. I really don't know what this is going to look like. Yeah, you know, poor Rhea was so she was so late trying to break up that pin. Thank God that Io kicked out because Io wasn't supposed to kick out. If Io didn't kick out, that would have been worse. You just saw my Smallville episode? Oh, okay. Was that the Chloe crying episode? You keep asking about this Chucky playlist. I'm not opposed to making it. I just keep forgetting. Honestly, like it's not like I'm purposely not making the playlist. I just keep forgetting. I just like as soon as I end the stream, I I just, it's literally out of my mind. But I should do it. Absolutely. I think my Scream TV reviews did as well as they did. Well, partly because they were rants, but also because I think I made a playlist for that. How long did this Black Butler, Mr. Hughes, last with Triple H? Because I know China debuts at some point in '97. I don't remember which month, when exactly. Uh, Clearly, once China came in, though, there was no use and no point of Mr. Hughes. My Scream MTV rants were awesome. That was definitely like a period, right? That was like an era of like I think it was the consistency with the rants. Like you were guaranteed a rant per week. Like, as bad as the show was to watch, it was almost fun to have something that I knew I would be able to shit on on a consistent basis. I mean, like, as horrible as the first two seasons were, it kind of sucked that they tried to make it better in season three with a whole new cast, because it's like it wasn't as bad, but it also wasn't as interesting either. It was just, it was a lot more bland and a lot more uninspired, which is weird to say in retrospect. The first two seasons, like, the actors suck, but like, I think that cast, the original cast, had more interest than the season three cast. Batman's fake son? Is that what I said? Who was Batman's fake son? I don't even remember that. I don't remember saying that. I do kind of feel bad for shitting on the Emma actress. I do. I feel bad. Like, I remember talking a lot of shit about her, and it's not her fault. Season three had Tigga. Yeah, that's the only good thing about season three. Yes, season three they actually brought the Ghostface mask back. Um, oh, the adopted kid from Gotham Knights. Oh, Gotham Knights. Gotham or Gotham. That was another show that I think I disliked more than most people, because I'll see on Twitter people speaking fondly about Gotham like it was a good show. Like, they actually talk about Gotham like it was this great show. Oh wow, what peak peak superhero television or some shit. And I'm like, really? That's how we're talking about Gotham? I do wonder if the first two seasons of Scream, the writing still would have sucked and the acting still would have sucked, but I wonder if I would have been a little kinder if they used the traditional Ghostface mask. Um, I do wonder. Hunter Hearst Helmsley has a bunch of gold glitter all over his back. I have to double check if Netflix has like all of the PLEs, or do they just have like WrestleMania and Royal Rumbles? I just dislike the fact that Gotham had little Bruce Wayne fight all of his Batman villains before he becomes Batman. I know you could say the same thing about Smallville, but I really feel like they did it better on Smallville, and they also um, try to make it more sense on Smallville. I think Batman's relationship with most of those villains kind of hinge on the fact that Batman interacts with them when he's Batman. The Batman 2004 cartoon is better than God. Yes, I watched the Batman cartoon. I don't really talk about it a lot, but I remember there was something, I didn't own it, but there was some channel like on demand that had all of the Batman episodes. That's the only way that I watched it. And I binge watched like the whole thing. And I remember thinking like, okay, this isn't the Batman the animated series, obviously, nothing is, but I was pretty impressed with that show. I thought it was pretty damn good. Pretty cool. Voice acting was cool. I liked how they had Barbara Gordon, Batgirl, kind of his first sidekick before Robin, which normally should piss me off, but I was pretty cool with it. Uh, yeah. In fact, when they named the Matt Reeves Robert Pattinson movie The Batman, that show was the first thing I thought of. I was like, oh, are they going to bring back that cool theme song that the Batman show had? So I wonder if Goldust and Hunter Hearst Helmsley is going to be in the Rumble as well. I know around this time the roster was so depleted that people had to do double duty, right? Like they didn't have enough people for 30, so you had to have the same people in both things. Oh, Goldust completely missed the clothesline. Very interesting that the whole story with this feud is Jerry Lawler trying to find out if Goldust is gay. But they won't use the word gay, right? So it's supposed to be this whole mystery of like, is Goldust gay? Even though his wife Marlena is there. I mean, I guess he could be bisexual, the character, but I don't know how many people were using bisexual in the '90s. You hate A Nightmare on Elm Street 2010 remake? It's not good. It's not good. I remember seeing it in theaters and wanting to like it because I liked the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake. I liked the Friday the 13th remake. And then Nightmare on Elm Street was next. And I wanted to be open minded. I wanted to be, um, you know, I wanted to give it a chance. And I remember like thinking, man, there's a lot of things I don't like about this movie. And then the more that I tried to watch it, like later, the more I started to hate it. Like, hate it. More things I found that I really didn't like about it. I think the thing that I was trying to attach myself onto, Friday the 13th remake is better and underrated. I agree. Friday the 13th remake probably doesn't get the love it deserves. I think it's the perfect remake, just as far as staying true to the franchise, the original lore, but doing it in a up to date, newer way, right? Like they didn't really go crazy, and maybe some other people don't like it because it didn't go crazy enough and change stuff. But like, if they did change stuff, people would shit and complain about that. So like, which is it? Um, the one thing that I did try to like about the Nightmare on Elm Street remake, it's better than a lot of the Jason movies. It is. It is. I love the franchise, but admittedly, Friday the 13th does not have a lot of good movies. That's a franchise that, like, if it wasn't for, like, the three movies that I love from that franchise, it wouldn't, you know. They just interviewed a guy. Randomly in the middle of this match, they had Todd Pettengill interview this guy who was, like, singing a song. I don't really know what the hell was going on there. Like, what? That's how much I guess Vince himself is bored of this match that he told them to just interview somebody. Oh, uh, the only good thing in the Nightmare remake was when they tried to tease the fact that maybe the kids were lying about Freddy molesting them. Right? So the idea that, like, oh shit, is Freddy innocent? Is that why he was able to come back to get revenge? I'm not saying 100% I would have loved that, but they teased the idea that maybe Freddy was innocent, or at least not that the kids lied about it. I think the parents lied about it, right? And then like, I remember, because like the kids didn't remember what he did to them, right? And then Nancy finds the pictures that confirm that yeah, he did do shit to them. Uh, I don't know. Like, there's a part of me that like doesn't really like the whole Freddy was innocent thing, but then there's a part of me that thinks, well, if you're gonna introduce it, then just go for it. The pharmacy scene. I don't remember what the pharmacy scene was. I do remember liking the scene where oh, is that the scene where Nancy is going through the micro naps and she's going in and out of the dreams and like Freddy is coming towards her but she's in the aisle? Okay, that scene, yes. That's probably the best scene in the movie. Um, the most creative scene in the movie. The idea that it was cutting back and forth in the real world and the dream world. I did like that. Oh, Hunter Hearst Helmsley just grabbed Marlena and kissed her against her will. There was a lot of that happened during the Attitude Era, right? When like somebody would grab a woman and force themselves on her, and the crowd would like cheer for it. I also liked what's his name? The actor that played Quentin. Uh, he he plays Bart, the Flash on Smallville. Fuck, what's his name? He's in Smile. Why can't I remember? Kyle Gallner, is that his name? Pedigree. Curtis Hughes just distracted Goldust, and Hunter just wins with the pedigree. Was that for the IC title? I wasn't even paying attention if Hunter had the IC title. I missed it. Yes. He's Hunter Hearst Helmsley just retained the IC title. Good for him. So Hunter got to make out with Goldust's wife, and he retained his title. In fact, Marlena's lipstick is still all over him. So he really did. They used the fuck out of the boiler room scene. Yeah, no creativity. Yeah, that's the thing, is that like they never left that boiler room. Like out of all the things that Freddy Krueger can do in your dream, out of all the places that he could go, for people that shit on Stranger Things season 5 and Vecna, oh, they made Vecna a bitch, whatever. At least Vecna, they got creative with the Upside Down, or they got creative with like Vecna going in your head and bringing you to different places, or the different um, the different underworld type places that Vecna would take you. I appreciated that, at least. Hey, Bret Hart. This is the start of Bret's 97 heel turn. And I love Bret's 97 heel run. It's my favorite part of Bret's career. Oh, Kyle Gallner? Yeah, for some reason I didn't remember or it took me a minute to remember his name. Mankind. I forgot. Mankind debuted in 96. So this is Mankind's first Rumble. And this is Mankind with the brown outfit. He doesn't get the dress shirt until I think 98. Right? The Nation of Domination is coming out right now. But this is the original version of the Nation of Domination. So this is... Who do you got? You got Farouk. You got Crush. I think some people forget that Crush was in the Nation of Domination. And who are these white rappers? Who are these guys? Is that D'Lo Brown back there? This is not the best version of the Nation, by the way. The best version of the Nation was absolutely Rock, D'Lo, Mark Henry, Kama Mustafa, aka Godfather. And by the time though The Rock was in it, The Rock kind of like took over from Farouk's leadership role, right? Milli Vanilli? What? A lot of people in the group, but like a lot of white dudes, which is interesting. Because I think people remember Owen Hart being like the first white guy in the nation, but he wasn't. Apparently, Crush is the first white nation member, and whoever these white rappers are, I don't know who they are. They weren't very good rappers, if I'm being honest. They're no Beastie Boys. Oh, Farouk is facing Ahmed Johnson. Is that what we're about to get right now? I know Farouk in real life did not like Ahmed Johnson. Like that was some real life beef right there. Farouk did not like how reckless Ahmed Johnson was in the ring. He thought he was unsafe. He thought he sucked. He thought he hurt people like purposely, and that kind of became their whole thing. Oh, Ahmed Johnson won the 1996 Slammy for New Sensation. You wish they would make a Freddy versus Jason versus Ash? Man, I wish we got that too, man. You know? And I feel like Robert Englund for so many years kept saying, "Hey, I'm getting older. I only have so much time left before I could physically um, play this part again." He was basically trying to warn them, like, if you ever want to have me do another Freddy movie, like, now is the time. And then he aged out. He got to a point where he said, "That's it. I can't play him now. I'm too old." So you can't convince me that a sequel to Freddy vs. Jason wouldn't have made money. That wasn't, uh, like, how do you not greenlight that? And then Bruce Campbell, he came back to play Ash for the Ash versus Evil Dead TV show, so he could have come back. I don't understand either. It doesn't make any sense, especially when you hear about how they wanted to have Pinhead in it, which I'm not like a huge Pinhead person, but if you had just as a like almost a cameo or like a quick, hey, Pinhead runs hell, just have that. And Pinhead is the one that like maybe sends them back to Earth. And then Ash is the hero, human hero that has to go. I mean, it can't be that fucking hard. You know what I mean? Um, who knows? Maybe they'll do a video game. Maybe you can get Bruce Campbell and Robert Englund to do the voices, and we'll get a video game. But I don't know. It seems like the only horror video games that they want to do is the whole Dead by Daylight. Hey, let's all run around online, and one killer just chases us all and kills us all. It's like nobody makes like a real fucking game anymore. It's all microtransactions. It's all online mode, and it's all Fortnite, Dead by Daylight, fucking um, based. You know, it's a shame. It's a shame. They couldn't even keep. Yeah, for all of like as much shit as I'm talking about the online based type horror games, Friday the 13th, there was something different about it. I don't even know if I can explain it well. There was something different about that game. Maybe it's because of how much I love the franchise and how much that game did right by the franchise, did right by the Easter eggs, the music cues, the characters, the different looks and attires of Jason. Mind you, they didn't make you buy all of the Jason looks. I think you just had to unlock them, right? Right? Is that how it was? I mean, maybe you could put money in, but like I know I didn't pay for it. I know I like you built up enough of the in-game thing and that's how you unlock it. That game was a vibe. Yeah, it was. It was cuz it was fun, you know? Uh and it feels like every other game that I've either tried myself or I've seen it just all kind of feels like a carbon copy of it. The Terradome, where you could play as every horror killer. Um, we were so close to Jason X. I know. We were this close to Jason X. They were going to have Jason X maps like to play in space. Like we were so close. And I think that type of stuff would have pushed the game forward. Just as far as keeping it alive, keeping it interesting. And then who knows? Maybe we would have gotten like a remake Jason skin with a remake uh map. So wait, is Terradome, is that like Dead by Daylight? Because Dead by Daylight has almost like every horror character ever. I think they have like every horror character besides Jason. But like, so is that different? Is Terradome not the same as that? Because that's the only reason why I played Dead by Daylight was to check out what it was like to play as some of those villains, and it just wasn't worth it to me. It wasn't unique enough. It's not like when you play as Michael Myers that it feels any different than any other. It's all the same shit. Although, oh, it's like Mortal Kombat with horror kill. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'd have to look at it and see, because even Mortal Kombat 1 that just came out, I was kind of whatever about that. I wasn't nearly as hyped on Mortal Kombat 1 as I was for Mortal Kombat 11 and Mortal Kombat X. I don't know if it's the fighting game genre, which I've never really been high on, or if I'm just kind of, oh, D'Lo, Farouk just pushed D'Lo into Ahmed. Um, so yeah, I don't know. Um, Realistically, though, I've never really been a huge uh, fighting game person. Like, I don't play Street Fighter. I don't play Capcom. Like, those type of games don't do a lot for me. I only bought and played the Injustice games just because it's DC, not really because it's fighting games. Farouk is using a chair. They're really loosey goosey with the rules here. I wonder if that's because ECW was like getting big around this time, right? 96, 97, ECW was blowing up. So I don't know like why that wasn't a DQ. Even with Goldust and Hunter Hearst Helmsley, Goldust used steel steps and that wasn't a DQ either. And this is before they created a hardcore division. What's taking them so long for Injustice 3? That's a good question. I wonder if it has to do with because like I don't know how well the game sold Injustice 2, but I know a lot of people didn't like the story. Kind of me included. I I don't like the whole Superman turns evil. It's played out, it's lame, it's old, it's not edgy, not anymore anyways. So I remember people not liking the story, not liking evil Superman. I wonder if that has something to do with it, of like they realized that maybe a lot of people or enough people weren't vibing with the story, and they probably don't know where to take the story next. Like, because where do you go with the story? Do we kill Superman by the end of it? Like what do we do here? Because he's done too much fucked up shit to ever turn good. So I don't even know what I would do with the franchise by now. The only good thing about it is just to be able to play as DC characters in that format. But like story wise, I wouldn't know what the fuck to do. And maybe also the DCEU I know people love that universe, but I think the failure of that universe, like financially, and them having to reboot the universe, I think DC just in general is in a slump. I think the failure of Suicide Squad killed the Justice League. Because think about it, if Suicide Squad killed the Justice League did well, if it made a lot of money, if they were still keeping it going even now, they probably would have felt confident enough to do another DC game and another one and another one, right? We were going to get Wonder Woman, got canceled. Um, if they were working on the Superman game, that shit got canceled or never went past anything. So I just think in general, DC, they don't know what the fuck to do with it. And it's wild because it's so easy. It's so fucking easy. You know, there's so much you can do. They should have never made that Suicide Squad game, or at least not when they did. They should have done Superman after Arkham Knight. Superman, Wonder Woman, those two games, you build up Justice League, you tease it, then you do Justice League. After Justice League, then maybe you do Suicide Squad. Not kill the Justice League, of course, but you you know, Suicide Squad can be its own thing off to the side. And then what I would have loved is a Batman Beyond game. If we're not going to get a Batman Beyond movie or a Batman Beyond live action show, give me a Batman Beyond game. You know what else I want? Give me a Batman 89 game. You know? Whoever that guy was, that poor guy that made that using Unreal Engine, he made his own custom Batman 89 game and it looked fucking gorgeous. It looked beautiful. I desperately want to play it or get my hands on the rough version that he made because the Batcave looked gorgeous. The Michael Keaton Batman looked gorgeous. The Gotham City looked gorgeous. The main menus that had Catwoman, Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman, Danny DeVito's Penguin, Jack Nicholson's Joker. Imagine a game that centered on the two Michael Keaton movies. You can't tell me that wouldn't have sold well. I wonder. Okay, Shadow Bear. I wonder if that's the same. We just had a DQ, by the way. The white rappers from the Nation of Domination have jumped in the ring, and they're getting attacked by Ahmed Johnson. DQ. Because Farouk and Ahmed Johnson had to be a DQ. Mind you, they were using weapons. Yeah, so I wonder if that was the same Daredevil. Was that the video where the guy he like showed you how he did it? He showed like how he made the Daredevil model. Then he showed us how he made the city. Then he showed us like how he made Daredevil run and the mechanics of him jumping over shit and grappling the roof of like if that's the same video I saw, pretty fucking cool. And then by the end of it, he shows us the city looks great. It's raining. Daredevil has to go and beat up Kingpin's men. And after he beats them up, the cops show up. I mean, like, it's very bare bones, sure. But for a civilian or whoever he is, for him to be able to make that on his own, there's no excuses. There's no excuses why, as popular as Marvel the brand is, even if you want to say Marvel's lost steam, and I guess it has, but you can't tell me that we couldn't have had so many like great games by now with each of these characters. I know we're gonna get Wolverine. Oh, Ahmed Johnson just put one of these Nation of Domination guys through a table. Now, that wasn't D'Lo, was it? Who was that guy? That's not me saying they all look alike. I just don't. A lot of the people in the Nation at this time weren't like They they were almost like placeholders. Marvel might not be great, but they're yeah. I mean, hey, okay, no, that's not D'Lo. Who was that guy? Some bald black dude with a goatee. I don't know who that was. Um, yeah, I think Marvel's games. Well, look, Marvel's Avengers. That game I think hurt their brand. Spider-Man and Miles Morales. Those two games had Marvel at like here. Then Marvel's Avengers happened, and for the most part, everybody hated it for good reason. You know, I wanted to like things about it. I still do like things about it, but overall, not a pleasant experience. I think that game hurt their game like image because if that game was popular, if that game popped off, if that game was better, we would be in a much different place right now with Marvel games. It probably wouldn't have taken this long to get this Wolverine game. We probably would have had a Daredevil game. We probably would have had. Um, I mean, look, I know we have now Marvel Rivals, and that is a big hit. That style of gameplay, though, is not really my thing. It feels more like Fortnite than anything else. Um, and also, hey, Terry Funk. Uh, what was that other? Was it Midnight Suns? Marvel's Midnight Suns. That was a game that I think did pretty well, and I played it. I rented it, and it's like a fine game. It has like you can have fun with it, but I didn't love it because I like whatever you want to call that. That style of gaming is it turnstile gaming, whatever it's called, right? Where what's what's Farouk? Farouk is pissed at these black people in his group for leaving him behind, I guess. Turn based is that what it's called? Turn based games? Yeah, I'm not really a fan of that. Like the story and whatnot was fine, but yeah, yeah, because it's like you're not really you don't really feel like you're playing in a maybe I'm too used to the open world RPG. You can kind of do what you want. Like maybe I just prefer that type of game more than just anything else. Right? That's why I love GTA. That's why I love the Arkham games. You at least feel like you have more freedom to roam around. Um, Cyberpunk, right? Like there's the open space that you can do whatever. Vader is coming out. Is this for a match? We're not at the Rumble yet, are we? Is Vader still a heel by this point? I think he is. Just think, Vader, I think, was originally supposed to win the WWF title in '96, but because Shawn hated working with him at SummerSlam, Shawn killed Vader's push. And so they put Sid Vicious in the spot instead. So Sid beat Shawn for the title at Survivor Series, not Vader. It's amazing how easily somebody can kill your push or kill your. Right? That would have been a huge fucking moment for Vader. A WWF champion. He never got there. So Vader is facing Undertaker, I guess. The Undertaker is coming out. The Undertaker. The Undertaker. I think every Royal Rumble we've watched, 95, 96, 97, Undertaker has had a match on the show, but not been in the actual Rumble, which is interesting. Although he might be in the Rumble, he might be double dipping. I think everybody in this show is having a double dip because they lost Razor Ramon, they lost Diesel, they lost a few people to WCW by this time. Oh yeah, and I think Undertaker has lost Paul Bear by this point. I think Paul Bear in '96 turned on Undertaker after 6 years of being his manager. Turned on him to join Mankind. I remember that. I remember, well, I wasn't watching live, but I remember going back and watching those shows. It was the Boiler Room match where Paul Bear turned on Undertaker. Um, Mankind's kind of an odd choice for Paul Bear to like align himself with. You know, it probably, in retrospect, it would have made more sense to wait until Undertaker fought Kane and then have Paul Bear turn on Undertaker for Kane, who is supposed to be Paul Bear's son, right? So like that would have made more sense. But hey, I don't think they knew about Kane in '96. They didn't know they were doing that yet. So there you go. Undertaker always had the really long entrance, very very long. It's but it's still cool. It is. It's cool because it's one of those things that his entrance kind of works no matter what like decade or what era we're in. Think about it. Undertaker has been doing the same fucking entrance since the Golden Era when Hogan was still around, the New Generation era, the Attitude Era. He brought it back for the Ruthless Aggression era in '04, right? And then had it through the PG era until he retired. It's crazy. Oh, right. They are in the Alamo Dome, Texas. Um, I don't think they're sold out, but they're here for Shawn Michaels' home state. So I think Shawn and Sid are main eventing the show. I think. Vader versus Undertaker. I mean, this should be a good match. I don't know how much like because of Shawn doing that to Vader, I don't know how much they're going to give Vader, or is he just going to get like whooped by Taker right now? Match has started with the ding ding ding. I used to always hear that Vader didn't know how to punch you without actually punching you, so he just like hurt people. So I think that's also why he pissed people off, including Shawn. Because he hurt people. It is weird to see Undertaker without Paul Bear, though, especially during this time period. Oh, he sat up quick. Oh, oh, Undertaker just sat up again. I think this is the first year that Taker stopped wearing the purple gloves and the purple boots. He's just wearing all black. Vader is arguing with the referee for some reason. Oh, there is a decent amount of people there though. Like I don't know if it's sold out, but it's a they're definitely in a dome. For the '90s, that's pretty good, right? So next week is the Royal Rumble, and as far as doing like a live watch for the 2026 Rumble, I don't think I would be able to do it because the way that I watch the Rumble now, because I don't pay for ESPN Plus and I don't have a VPN for Netflix International. The way that I watch current day PLEs is through my phone. I connect my phone to my TV, and then on my phone um, I have my ways of watching the PLEs for free. Let's put it that way. And then I just connect it to my TV and watch it like that. So for that being the case, I don't know if I would be able to uh, live stream because I use my phone to live stream, right? So I'm probably not going to be able to do that. Although the Rumble is on Saturday, I wonder if next Sunday, like if I just continue these live streams on Sunday, I don't know. Maybe next week I'll watch what was it? Royal Rumble 94. Cuz I think I would save like the Attitude Era stuff for like I kind of the Attitude Era stuff is like a little too special. I almost want to save that for something. Something like bigger if I ever do live streams, live watches for Attitude Era. And some people would argue that 97 that we're already the beginning of the Attitude Era. But not technically yet. This is like the very, very end of New Generation. Definitely very close to Attitude Era, though. Both men are on the ground right now. This match is a little slower than I maybe would have liked. What? Todd Pettengill is interviewing a random fan during the match. So they're interviewing this girl. What? So during this Undertaker Invader match, Todd Pettengill is interviewing a fan, a girl in the crowd, who says that she follows Shawn Michaels wherever he, I guess, for the shows. I don't know. And she says that she babysits in order to save the money in order to go to these shows. I mean, yeah, that's cool and all, but like, why are we doing that in the middle of this fucking match? What the fuck? I just don't really get what we're doing here, but alright. Maybe I'm the asshole. Maybe people like during a match to interview a fan. You're almost telling me though that this match is so slow and boring that you have the time to be able to like do in-crowd interviews. I don't know. I think we had when we did a New Generation universe mode in 2K25. I think I did an Undertaker and Vader rivalry, if I remember correctly. Where is Jim Cornette? Jim Cornette was Vader's manager, but he's not out here with him. I wonder why. They're referencing him though, so it's not like he's gone or anything. What? Vader went for a headlock after Taker just did that big strike combination. So Undertaker is wearing this teardrop under his eye, like this teardrop makeup thing. And normally, doesn't that mean that like you're imprisoned because you killed somebody and maybe you're remorseful for it, right? I wonder if by this point, like, is he wearing that? Was that a low blow? Vader just like dropped the elbow on, I think, Undertaker's dick and balls, and the referee didn't do shit. Um, but is the teardrop supposed to be because they already know that the Kane story is coming this year? Is the teardrop supposed to be that Undertaker killed Kane in the fire, right? So is that why he started wearing that like this early though? It's pretty early if that's the case. Somebody should ask Undertaker. Maybe somebody has asked him. Now that Undertaker is so open and honest and willing to talk about shit, and he even does his podcast, has he talked about the reason why he wore that teardrop? Vader bomb, or no, that was just a regular power bomb, right? Is the Vader bomb when he would jump off the ropes to splash him? I think that's a Vader bomb. Big clothesline? Yes. I used to love when Undertaker would do the jumping clothesline. Because it's easy to forget how agile and quick a big guy like Taker can be. I don't really love this attire though. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I like Taker just wearing black, but for some reason this particular attire just looks off, right? The pants look weird, the shirt looks weird, the shirt keeps riding up, so you keep seeing Taker's stomach, and I don't remember that ever being a problem beforehand. Here comes Paul Bearer. Very weird to see Paul Bearer on the opposite side of Undertaker. And he has the urn. Can he depower Undertaker with the urn? Is the urn like a weakness now, even though it used to be his, where he got his strength? Oh. Undertaker just punched Paul Bearer in the face. Undertaker and Kane used to have a really cool way of going out of the ring. They'd do like a backflip and go out like over the ropes. Now Undertaker is putting Paul Bearer in the ring. It's so weird to see Paul Bearer like running away from Undertaker like this. But okay, so now Vader's back in the ring. Oh. I don't even know what's going on right now. Vader came back, but Taker saw him, so now he fought him. He punched Paul Bearer, and now he clotheslined Vader over the ropes. We're just kind of doing shit right now. I don't even know why Paul Bearer came out. Like, what was he gonna do? Is he just trying to distract him? I guess. Is Paul Bearer with Vader? Because I don't remember that. Undertaker. Ooh. So Paul Bearer just grabbed Vader out of the way, and Undertaker jumped off the steps but hit the outside barricade. Oh, Paul Bear, what the fuck? Paul Bear. Okay, Paul Bear jumped off the apron and hit Undertaker with the urn, but he fell. He fell backwards and hit his head off the fucking railing. I know I shouldn't laugh at that, but like it's always funny to see a fat guy fall. It really it really is. It just looks funny. Oh, he's going for the Vader. That's the Vader bomb. Wow, Vader pinned the Undertaker. I didn't remember that at all. I thought Taker was going to win this. So Paul Bear just helped Vader beat Undertaker. So they haven't given up on Vader yet. That's a pretty fucking big win for Vader. And I wasn't expecting that. Man, they kind of had Undertaker lose a little too often, didn't they? I mean, I get that maybe they're trying to push Vader, and that's fine. But, uh-oh. Taker is looking at the referee, and he's like, what the fuck? Like, clearly they were cheating. Clearly Paul Bear... It's true. Paul Bear was in the ring. It was clear... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Undertaker has grabbed the referee. Choke slam on the referee. That was an ugly choke slam. Is Gorilla Monsoon still the president of WWF? Somebody has a Bret Hart sign, but they spelled Bret with 2 T's. I guess they're not really a Bret Hart fan if they don't know how to spell his fucking name. Uh-oh. Undertaker talking shit to Vince McMahon at the commentary table. I like to see angry Undertaker, though. I do. He's pissed. Oh, we're gonna re-show Paul Bear falling off the... Why did they re-show Paul Bear falling? Oh, that was funny. But Undertaker was a very unselfish guy, right? How many times did he lose matches that he probably shouldn't have lost? I remember one time Vince had Undertaker lose to fucking Vladimir Kozlov on a random SmackDown. He had Great Khali beat Undertaker. Like, so many people that had no business beating Undertaker or pinning Undertaker. Austin. Steve Austin's talking right now. So yeah, this is like early Stone Cold. Well, like, he's not a main event guy yet, but you can see the attitude that Austin has. He was clearly on his way. Right? He had already won the King of the Ring by this point. I think he had already started his feud with Bret because they fought at Survivor Series 96. So he was on his way, no doubt. I don't know if like Vince already saw Austin as the main event guy here. Although, not to give away the Royal Rumble results, because I know who wins this Rumble. Maybe Vince did know. What the fuck are we watching right now? Who are these guys? We got Mexican wrestlers in the ring. Who the fuck is this? We're having Mexican wrestlers. We're having a trios match. Okay. I mean, look. You can appreciate Vince, I guess, is showcasing Mexican wrestlers, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know who the fuck these guys are. And this is the Royal Rumble. You know, you don't really know why we're having this match, but all right. Pero Aguayo, I've heard that name before. Hector Garza, is that isn't Hector Garza is he the father or the uncle of Los Garzas that are currently in WWE right now? Angel Garza and Berto, right? Is that Angel Garza's like father or some shit? All right, I guess we're getting a lucha match. I guess. Sure. Why not? This guy's name is Heavy Metal. All right. You know what? I'm just realizing they're probably doing this because WCW was already doing the cruiserweight division. And how many Mexican wrestlers were in the cruiserweight division? That's why they're doing this. Because Vince probably is like, oh, I guess people want to see it because Nitro is doing it, so we're going to do it. And I'm pretty sure by 98, late 97, early 98 is when they introduced the light heavyweight division, which they didn't book well at all. But I guess you can appreciate the effort, or at least the intention. Although, if there's anything good you can say about WCW, the cruiserweight division was fucking awesome. WCW had a great cruiserweight division. That's something that the Monday Night Wars edition of the video game they need to get, right? I know the usual main event guys are on the cover. Hogan, Hall, Nash, Goldberg, Booker T. It's the usual WCW guys. They need to put an emphasis on cruiserweights. We need to get Juventud Guerrera, Psychosis, Lar Parka. Fuck it. I'll even take Disco Inferno, which, like, he was cruiserweight champion. Oh, Billy Kidman. We need Billy Kidman. I should probably make some videos talking about people that should make the roster, or at the very least, if they're not base game, they need to be DLC. And I think also, this must be the first year that they have announced the special editions of the game before announcing the main game, the cover star of the main game, before even showing in-game footage, right? They haven't shown shit for in-game footage. They're only selling this on, hey, Attitude Era, hey, Monday Night War, WCW, which is crazy. But it's also what I have been asking for, so I'm not going to complain too hard. I just need to know what the fuck we're going to get, right? I need to know what to get excited for specifically. Because, truth be told, everybody that's on the cover is already in the game, right? They're already in 2K25. 2K25 has Goldberg, has Hogan, has Hall, has Nash, has Booker T, has Eric Bischoff. You know, they have Austin, Rock, Taker, China. They like, so it's like, so far we haven't seen anything unique It's just more of, hopefully they're promising the vibe of the Attitude Era, right? The vibe of that. Oh, Hector Garza doing backflips for whatever reason. Heavy metal. I don't think I've ever seen a Mexican wrestler with the name of heavy metal. I mean, it's kind of cool, right? Ooh. Whoa! It is interesting, I guess, to see this too. These Mexican wrestlers on the Rumble, given that you flash forward today and WWE owns AAA, and you're seeing a lot of AAA shit. Uh, so, you know, I do wonder, since they are promoting and hitting it over the head with the Attitude Era and Monday Night Wars, I wonder how much AAA stuff we're gonna get, because there's been no mention of that. I guess they realized that AAA alone is not going to sell this game, but that doesn't mean it won't be in there, right? It could still be there. Or maybe we're not getting it till 27 because maybe they've been working on this Monday Night War stuff primarily. That's been the focus. So they haven't maybe been like, maybe we're not going to get TNA stuff. We're not going to get AAA stuff because they've been working on getting, hopefully, Monday Night War wrestlers in. Hey, who knows? I feel like if you're gonna do Monday Night Wars, if you're gonna do WCW, you gotta have Sting. And I know Sting is still connected to AEW, but it's such a shame that 2K and WWE had Sting under contract for all of those years. What was it, 4 or 5 straight games that we had Sting, but we never did this then, right? We never did a Monday Night War themed thing while we had Sting. It's like, now you guys want to do this fucking shit, you know? So yeah, I don't know. But we shall see. Maybe they'll surprise us. They surprised us with Billy Gunn, Mr. Ass. They were able to get him in last year for DLC. Maybe they'll surprise us. Maybe they're still trying to iron out something and get Sting for a DLC. I mean, wishful thinking probably, but it's like I'm trying to tell myself this to, ooh. Like, can you imagine if, because I keep saying that I think AJ Lee is going to be the pre-order, and that would actually make sense given that if Punk is the cover, you have AJ Lee as the pre-order person. So that probably is going to be the case. But what if they announce like Sting as the pre-order, right? Like, what if it's like, hey, here's a surprise? Again, wishful thinking, I know, but I'm trying here. I'm trying. I'm trying. Oh, man, the crowd is very quiet. And I get it, because they don't know who the fuck these people are. I wonder if any of these guys are going to be in the Rumble, given that they're. I mean, I don't think they work, right? They're just. Like, I don't think they have contracts for WWF. I think they're just. They were just brought in, right? I wonder, like, did they. Have they featured these guys on Raw? Or did they just bring them in for this one show? I wish I knew. Risking disqualification. You guys didn't DQ Paul Bear in the ring. You didn't DQ this blue steel steps earlier. You didn't DQ Ahmed Johnson using a chair. Wait, was that Ahmed or was that Farouk? Maybe that was Farouk that used a chair. They don't all look alike. And this match is going longer than I would have guessed, too. I think that's another thing. I'm not saying a 6-man tag should be 5 minutes, but for a pay-per-view and the Royal Rumble, and we're having a 6-man tag with people that we don't really know. What was that? What the fuck? What the fuck was that? That guy is so old. He tried to do a dive, but like it came across so poorly. And you have Vince out there doing commentary. There's no ooh, what the fuck? Oh, okay, Hector Garza. I'm kind of rooting for heavy metal. I don't know why. Man, he's so old, this guy. Ugh. Whenever the commentators say, oh, fuck. The old guy, Pero Aguayo, I guess he won the match with... He did a stomp off the ropes, but even JR said, I don't think he got all of it. Whenever the commentators say he didn't get all of it, that means it looked like shit. That means it looked like shit, and they're just trying to make up for it. That match sucked. Oh, why is he going out of the ring like that? He's the least in shape of everybody. This man needs to retire yesterday. Sorry. I'm sure he's probably looked at as a legend by like Mexican fans or some shit. I couldn't give a fuck less. Is the Royal Rumble match next, please? Can we get to that? Can we get to the Royal Rumble match? Very interesting. We have Jim Ross, Jerry Lawler, and Vince McMahon doing commentary. I forget that the three of them did commentary together. Like, I'm just realizing we're going to do an Attitude Era mode in the game. Are we going to get, like, what commentary are we going to get? Just the same regular guys that we have for 2K25? Are we really going to have Byron Saxton doing commentary 6 years after he stopped doing commentary in real life? Howard Finkel is about to announce the attendance. 60,477. Do we think that number is bullshit? Do we think that's how many people are actually there, or... Alright, Royal Rumble. The Royal Rumble match is coming. I love how they're showing the Bret Hart sign that spells Bret's name wrong. Did like a zoom in close up of it. We have an NWO for life sign on camera. Whoops. Whoopsies. All right, yeah, let's zoom in on the We Heart WWF sign. There you go. If you went to a WWF show during this time period, and if you had a pro WWF sign or an anti WCW sign, you were guaranteed to get on camera. Guaranteed. The Nation is coming out again. Like, we didn't already see enough of these fucking white rapper guys. Is this, so is Crush number one? I guess Crush is number one. All right. How many people remember Crush? Crush would later go to WCW, I think later this year, the same year. And he would call himself, well, his real name, right? Brian Adams. He would join the NWO, and then he would eventually form the tag team of Chronic. Ahmed Johnson is number two. Really? Sure. Why not? Even Ahmed Johnson looks tired. You know Ahmed Johnson doesn't have good stamina. There's no way that he's lasting that long in this Rumble. Who was that? Who's who's that guy? Is that Clarence Thomas? Who is that out there? I'm just noticing that Crush has braids. Is he overcompensating because he's a white guy in the Nation, so he had to get braids to feel like he belonged in the group? Like what? What? Okay, yeah, they're just. It's like they're shoot fighting right now. Crush is a big dude. Um, what's Ahmed doing? He's trying to Hulk up. That is Clarence Thomas, right? Okay. Don't ask me how I remembered that name, but like I saw that guy out there with the Nation, and I was like, I vaguely remember him. Pearl River Plunge was an underrated finishing move. I think if it was done by somebody better than Ahmed Johnson, like somebody who could actually do it, it would be remembered as a cooler. It's too bad nobody has like brought that back. Oh, number three, fake Razor Ramon. This is embarrassing. They're having problems with the clock. Is that why they're not playing music either? How embarrassing. Like, Scott Hall leaves the company. Oh, fake Razor is gone. Scott Hall leaves the company. And the first thing that Vince does is he casts somebody to play as fake Razor Ramon and fake Diesel. And he thinks that, like, what? That it's, oh, we will show them, we'll make them look stupid by having the fake versions of them on our show and waste time with it? Like, huh? All that does is make you look low rent, dude, you know? What the fuck? Ahmed just eliminated himself? What a fucking idiot. Ahmed literally went over the top rope and eliminated himself. He saw Farouk on the ramp, so he could have gone under the ropes and chased him and then come back at any time. What a fucking moron. Like, yeah, I'm just gonna throw away my WrestleMania fucking shot to. And I believe this is Ahmed's first Rumble, and that's how he. I figured they were gonna get him out of there quick. And let's be real, this is when they were still trying to push Ahmed, so they didn't want anybody to eliminate him, I guess. You could have had him turn to look at Farouk. Crush could have dumped Ahmed out. He's not getting pinned. It doesn't hurt him. That would have been a lot better than him eliminating himself, because now he looks stupid. And then he could have chased Farouk after he got eliminated, but no, they decided to make him look like a fucking idiot. Now, Phineas Godwin just came out. And I think he came out with Hillbilly Jim. Phineas Godwin would eventually become Midian, for those of you wondering and give a shit. I don't know if he's supposed to be Henry Godwin's brother or cousin, or like maybe he's his brother cousin, you know? You know how those hillbillies like to. Oh! Glass broke! Stone Cold's here. We don't have a countdown clock? Just music's just randomly playing? Here he is. Here's Austin. Yeah, Austin. I mean, he's getting a reaction. I think people, it's not the reactions that 98, 99 Austin gets, but he's gotten the biggest reactions so far. And clearly he's in a much better spot than he was last year as the ringmaster. There's an Austin 316 sign, though. That's a good sign. Oh, Crush just called over for Stone Cold to. I think they're going to work together. Oh, no! Phineas moved. Austin accidentally hit Crush. Phineas eliminated Crush. And now we have the clock. 3, 2, 1. I don't know what was wrong with the clock before. I mean, don't they fake the clock and manipulate it anyways? Austin just eliminated Phineas Godwin. Who's coming out now? There's music playing. Bart Gunn. Oh, okay. Billy Gunn's brother. Bart Gunn is like so wet right now. He's ooh. Was that supposed to be a rocker dropper or a fame asser? Bart Gunn doesn't do the fame asser as good as his brother Billy Gunn. That's for sure. Oh no. Oh no. Oh. Austin just eliminated Bart Gunn. And Austin's doing push-ups. Yeah, this is I think this is, even though Austin's already won the King of the Ring, this is Austin's like he's getting the Diesel, I guess, push, as they call it, right? He's looking at the clock, his body clock, and this is like, who's next? Jake the Snake. Okay. The person that Austin beat for the King of the Ring tournament, right? Or the King of the Ring finals? Is Austin doing a mock prayer to Jake? That's fucked up. I love how. Ooh. Okay, that snake is definitely not as big as the snake he had last year. The snake that he put on the king last year, it's definitely not that big. Uh, Crowds chanting DDT. I feel like they're gonna accidentally step on that snake. The snake is in the middle of the ring, the bag, anyways. But yeah, they keep mentioning that Jake is 42 years old. Like it's like they're trying to emphasize that he's old. You know, when you look at the people in the top spots on today's WWE, yeah, there's a lot of late 30s, 40-year-old guys that like apparently back then 42 is super old. Who's coming out? British Bulldog? Oh, Jake is gone. Wow. Wow. And Austin just threw this bag of snake out of there.
Why so serious?
Why so serious? Ah. Bulldog is beating the shit out of Austin right now. Oh, how come? How did I not see the chat here? Uh. Oh, wow. For some reason, the chat was not showing up. Oh, damn. Oh, my bad. Yeah, I had to. Okay. I have not seen. Uh. All of these chats. Damn, all you guys were talking shit? Yeah, none of the chat popped up. That's weird. That's never happened before. Why did that happen? Um yeah, apparently I missed Gamerman in the chat. Damn, well my bad y'all. Double A I guess was here. Damn, my bad. I don't know what happened there. I don't know why the chat wasn't showing up. Uh yeah, that's weird. The Sultan is coming out. I believe the Sultan was Rikishi. Um, they tried like 27 different gimmicks for Rikishi. Uh, you can't say Vince wasn't loyal back then. You know what I mean? Let me make sure. Fuck, do I have to keep? How do I make sure? Oh, Gamerman's still here? Well, I don't know what happened. I don't know how I missed. Well, I don't know why the chat wasn't popping up on my screen. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know, Captain. I just don't know. Mil Mascares? You see this? Yes. I can see it now. I don't know what happened. Do I think the Clayface movie will suck? Um, I'm very conflicted about Clayface. There's a part of me that feels like, oh no, it's Sony Spider-Verse all over again. Another movie about a villain without the hero, because I don't think Batman's going to be in it. Or maybe he is. I don't know. So it feels like it's a bad idea. However, James Gunn running DC, that's the only thing that gives me like a slight hope. Maybe they will do what Sony couldn't do. Okay, double A. Well, I'm glad you came back. I don't know what happened with my screen. Normally, new chats pop up by themselves. But I noticed that the chat wasn't popping up for like a while. So I checked the settings and the settings like changed on their own. I didn't touch anything. But it changed on its own and it wasn't showing all messages. It was only showing some messages, but it said potential spam wouldn't be shown. I was too drunk to read the chat. No, I wasn't. I'm not drunk. It's only my second drink. Technical difficulties? I guess. Maybe I need a new camera. How about you donate and invest for me to get a new camera? How about that? Because I could have one camera that records me and then a second camera that is only on the chat. The Sultan has been eliminated. Mike Flanagan's a screenwriter. You'd rather have a studio. How's the show been? I mean, it's probably been the best out of all of the Rumbles that we have watched, right? 95, 96, now 97. So this is probably the best one out of all of those, but it's also not saying much. First match was Hunter Hearst Helmsley beating Goldust. You missed your favorite, Marlena, who was out there with Goldust. Here comes Owen Hart, the King of Hearts, the Black Heart, Owen Hart. How did she look? She looked all right. Triple H grabbed her and made out with her. She didn't look happy about that. This was during the time when you could just grab a woman and force yourself on them, and apparently that was fine. Nobody gave a shit. So yeah, he was able to make out with her, and then he beat Goldust. He made out with his wife and then beat the guy. How fucked up is that? Oh, British Bulldog is gone. Oh, Owen Hart eliminated British Bulldog. His own partner. Their brothers-in-law. Ain't that about a bitch? This is definitely the rise of Austin. Austin did a promo backstage when he was walking through the hallway, and he definitely, you saw the attitude, right? He had swagger, he had the personality. He was there. He was just climbing the ranks of like people giving a shit about him. You know, Goldust is coming out right now, so Goldust is doing double duty. Hunter Hearst Helmsley did double duty. And I believe Marlena is back out there, right? Is she back out there? Oh yeah, Owen definitely threw Bulldog out. No question. Owen's full of shit. Yeah, I mean, Kurt Angle and Brock Lesnar won the King of the Ring the same year they won the WWF title. Not a lot of people you can say that about, right? Because sometimes it's like they do it, but like they still take their time. Like with Austin, it still took Austin 2 years to win the title after he won King of the Ring. Triple H, 2 years. That's how it should be done. I don't disagree. Look at Gunther. Gunther, 2 years ago, won the King of the Ring and then won the world title at SummerSlam. Or no, right? Or no? Was it SummerSlam when he beat Damian Priest? Yeah, I think it was SummerSlam. Yeah. And then I know Nia Jax won Queen of the Ring, and then she beat Bayley for the title at SummerSlam. Last year, Jade won Queen of the Ring, but didn't win the title until later. Um, well, you say that it's natural progression to go from mid card to King of the Ring or Rumble to the world title. That's how it used to be. Nowadays, it's very muddled. I think because of NXT, right? You can be in NXT for like 2 or 3 years, so people will watch you in NXT win their mid card title, their world title, and then, uh, you know, you will pop for Kit Wilson this year in the Rumble. Well, Kit Wilson, because of that theme song, he's definitely earned himself a spot in the Rumble. Gamerman's asking if I retired from Twitch. No, I plan on going back. I plan on starting back up, partially for I agree as far as being a traditionalist. Yes, because I grew up on that as well. I grew up on, you know, look at how Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels, they win the King of the Ring, then they win the mid card title, then they win the Royal Rumble, and then they win the world title. That was their trajectory. Um, Mark Marrow is coming out with Sable, by the way. Oh, what the fuck? Mil Mascaras just eliminated himself. No, Mill, Mill, you're out. No, no, dude, you're done. You have this luchador. He just jumped off the top rope and eliminated himself. He didn't realize it though. Well, yes, starting as a tag guy, that's what Brett and Shawn did. That's what Edge. Ooh, Goldust just eliminated Hunter Hearst Helmsley. Um, Jeff Hardy, who eventually became a world title main event guy. Yeah, there are some people who go the route of I'm a tag team guy and then eventually I go solo. It's been 3 months. Has it been that long? Kit Wilson. Well, dude, I don't expect Kit Wilson to become a main event guy. Let's be real. God bless him for getting the success that he's currently getting. But who is this? Who is that? The the Latin lover. All right. I don't know who this guy is. They said this Latin lover guy lost his mask in a match, and so now I guess is he a WWF guy or is he like a guy that just brought in for the Rumble? Because I've never seen him before. What game will bring you back to Twitch? So I was debating. Ooh, Owen Hart almost got eliminated, and he just slingshotted himself back in the ring. I was debating on Resident Evil Requiem. Ooh, Goldust is gone. Uh, so yeah, and also obviously 2K26, especially because of the Attitude Era, the Monday Night Wars. I'm obviously gonna stream that shit. The only thing about Resident Evil 9 is that what's it gonna cost? Like $70? Um, like I'm trying to think of like should I wait to see what people say about it? Like when it comes out, give it a few days to see if people give it good reviews. Latin Lover is gone. Yeah, obviously Attitude Era. Like I'm going to be all over that, right? Oh, here comes Ahmed Johnson with a 2x4. What the fuck? Ahmed Johnson, ooh. Is Farouk eliminated? Okay, so last year, Vader illegally eliminated Shawn Michaels. Or no, was it 2 years ago? It might have been 2 years ago, or right? Oh no, it was last year. Yeah, it was 96. Vader was eliminated. Vader went back into the ring, threw Shawn out, said that Shawn was still there, was still in the match, that it was illegal. Now, a year later, Ahmed Johnson threw Farouk out, not being legal, but yet that counts. The 95 Rumble was pure comedy. Was it? Oh, because it was a lot of like bullshit. It was a lot of useless people that you didn't give a fuck about. Savio Vega just came out, by the way. Savio Vega and Austin, I think, had a major feud in '96. So I guess we're continuing that. Did Owen Hart get eliminated? Did I miss Owen Hart get eliminated? Where, where's Owen? What happened to Owen? Owen. Has Taka Michinoku appeared? Was Taka Michinoku around here? I thought Taka Michinoku came in towards the end of '97 when they introduced the light heavyweight title. Which Doomsday trailer or teaser did I like best? Ken Shamrock could have been a Royal Rumble winner if he stayed in the company. You think so? Maybe. I don't know. Only reason why I say maybe is because you got guys like Jericho who's never won a Rumble. You know, like there are some people who just never. Kane somehow never won a Rumble. 2001 Kane was probably the most beast Kane. 2001 Kane should have won the Rumble. Let's be real. I know Austin won, and I wouldn't take away WrestleMania 17 Austin Rock, but Kane probably should have won a Rumble. Big Show never won a Rumble. CM Punk never won a Rumble. The Roadie, Jesse James. I don't think he was Road Dogg yet. He was just the Roadie. Oh, Austin threw him out, but he stayed in there, and nope, and Road Dogg's gone. Road Dogg lasted, was it even a full minute? God damn. I missed Owen Hart getting eliminated. How did I miss that? Because Austin's in the ring by himself. Austin's just been eliminating people left and right. They got 60,000 people here for this show. How the fuck did they pull that off? Especially in '97. Five, four, three, two, 1. Bret Hart. It's too bad they're not telling us what number we're on. Bret Hart's coming out. Austin's reaction to Bret Hart is priceless. Complete shocked look at his face. But he's not backing down. See, I appreciate Austin as a heel was not a chicken shit. He was willing to go after him, you know what I mean? Oh, yeah, sorry. Best Doomsday teaser. Yeah, I mean, the X-Men one, I think I liked it just for that one quick image of Cyclops. Because I really hope they do something cool with Cyclops. So that was high up there, but also I really liked seeing serious Thor. That did a lot for me as well. You enjoy the blue and yellow block logo? Yeah, it's fine, but like I don't love the WWF block logo. I don't. It just feels too 80s for my taste. I'm a scratch logo person through and through. That's my favorite one. Um, you know, it's kind of crazy how long in the 90s they had the block logo because it feels 80s to me. Oh, Jerry Lawler is coming out. Yeah, Love and Thunder. I think Love and Thunder has jumped up to my worst MCU movie. Wow. Bret Hart just eliminated Jerry Lawler in like 7 seconds. 5 seconds. That was fast. The hell? That was what? What was the what was even the point of that? So now you got Bret Hart and Stone Cold. Was Mike Tyson in the company yet? Here, Mike Tyson doesn't show up until the night or until the Royal Rumble of '98. Rumble '98, he's in the skybox watching the show. I think he's there with Shane. And I remember they asked Mike Tyson before the Rumble in '98, "Hey, who's your favorite wrestler?" And he says, "Cold Stone. Cold Stone's my favorite." Right? So clearly he was a fan of Austin. And then the following night on Raw, after Austin won that Rumble, Austin came out and started a fight with Tyson. So, no, '98 is when Tyson shows up. The following year, we have Fake Diesel in the ring right now. Fake Diesel is Kane before he was Kane. So he was Isaac Yankem, I think, last year. He's Fake Diesel this year. And then by '98's Royal Rumble, he'll be Kane. Is that a record for like one wrestler getting 3 different gimmicks at 3 Rumbles in a row? 3 different gimmicks? It's pretty crazy. Might be a record. I don't know. Five. Yeah, well, like, cause you can see. Here comes Terry Funk. uh, you can see the early ingredients of the Attitude Era, but you still have the shit remnants of New Generation. the stuff like fake Razor and fake Diesel. We had fake Razor earlier. Um, you know, there's little things here and there that you're like, eh. Um, but like Austin's attitude, um, yes, I think that's why whenever nowadays they try to force the whole like it's a new era and they come out and tell you that it's a new era. Um, it really has to happen gradually. It really has to happen naturally, right? Like it's going to take a couple months before a new era actually follows through. Terry Funk just hit Bret Hart. Um, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ooh, what the fuck? That was a shitty pile driver. It's Rocky Maivia. He's not The Rock yet. He's Rocky Maivia with the blue shorts. Uh, he's a rookie. I think he's only been there for like 3 months. Yeah, he's doing a lot of mannerisms like his father. The whole like big arm movements. He's definitely Rocky Maivia is definitely new generation. You know. Oh, Terry Funk. Bret just threw Terry Funk, and Terry Funk was dangling, but did not get eliminated. Okay, he saved himself. It's so weird to hear JR call Kane Diesel. Like, it's like, that's not Diesel. Why did they do that? Like, what? The only time that would ever work is if it's a masked wrestler or like a luchador, like Sin Cara, right? You just replace him, which is what they did. But yeah, like you can't do this. Did they think this would seriously work? We're 10 months away from one of the worst nights in wrestling. 10 months? Here comes Mankind. What's the worst night in wrestling? What are you talking about? 10 months from the 97 Rumble? What happened 10 months after the Rumble? So what? Survivor Series 97. One of the worst nights in wrestling. So you consider Survivor Series 97 as one of the worst nights in wrestling? See, for me, I don't know if I would say worse. I would say infamous. Because the fact that people still talk about it, like, I don't think people talk about it like it was terrible. I think people talk about it like it was kind of like a holy shit, they can't believe that happened type thing. I mean, sure, it's awkward and confusing and weird when you just watch it because nobody knows what the fuck's going on, but you're in Bret's corner. Fair enough. But let me ask you this, though, because I get it. I'm a Bret Hart guy. Love Bret. Respect to Bret. If you're Vince McMahon, and I know we're on this fuck Vince McMahon, trip. But if you're Vince, do you let Bret keep the title? Especially after what happened with Medusa in the women's title? Do you risk? And I know the answer that Bret wants to hear is we should trust Bret enough to where you're not even asking those questions. Right? Bret's loyal. Bret would be loyal to you. You shouldn't have to worry about Bret fucking you over. You would have trusted Bret? Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I will just say, I understand that. However, I don't blame Vince. I really don't. I don't blame Vince for 97, for Survivor Series. I don't know if I've ever talked about that. like I don't know if I would say Vince was wrong to do that. Um, you know, I think like I understand Brett's point of view, I do, but I also understand Vince's point of view. Yeah, I just think it, and also you have to remember, 97 was when Vince was the closest to filing for bankruptcy. Like he was struggling in 97. So I just think he was ultra paranoid and ultra um, scared of WCW. You know, like maybe he wouldn't use that word scared, right? But I do think he was in a weird, fucked up, probably headspace of like, man, WCW might take us out. You know, and so I think he was on guard. Vader is coming out. Oh, by the way, Flash Funk came out before then. Flash Funk was Too Cold Scorpio. I never really liked that they renamed him Flash Funk and gave him that dancing gimmick because Too Cold Scorpio was such a cool athlete. Did some really cool high flying moves, especially for the '90s. And they just reduced him to like this silly ass gimmick. Again, you could say that about so many people under Vince, especially. Not even just the '90s. Like so many people that go to WWE, it's like Vince just gives them the shitty ass gimmick, and it's like, man, you know, Vince didn't have the money to pay. Yeah, yeah. In fact, Vince was the one that told Brett to go to WCW because he was like, I can't pay you. So he said Vince gave Brett permission to go talk to WCW and get money. Um, so I mean, like, hey, you could argue that that should have made Vince trust Brett, but I just think Vince was in such a mode of like, he probably felt super betrayed by Hogan, super betrayed by Macho Man, uh, Diesel, Razor, Nash, and Hall. I think he lost so many people by this point that it's like he was probably just in a weird headspace. Here comes Henry Godwinn. Henry Godwinn is definitely more new generation era, right? Like they wouldn't put him in because like I was trying to think earlier, what attitude era people are we going to get? Like actually going to get? Henry Godwinn would be new generation, I think. So like I'm just trying to think of people who are available. There are a lot of people who died from the attitude era. So like how's that going to work out? Um, WCW. No, WCW paid a lot of money to get the already established main event guys, right? Um, once they got Hogan, once they got Macho Man, once you get Hall and Nash, Brett, like once you get people who like the equity is already there, it's pretty easy work. I mean, you could argue that that's what AEW did for a while. Granted, AEW at least did a better job of like having a couple of homegrown people. WCW, the only homegrown people WCW had. Here comes Undertaker, by the way. Uh, you had Sting, Goldberg, DDP. Those are like the homegrown WCW made those guys stars. You could maybe argue Flair, although Flair was world champion back at NWA. Before NWA became WCW, Flair was already a top guy, right? So Flair's a little tricky. So yeah, it's really Sting, DDP, and Goldberg. Those are like the three that WCW made. Maybe you could argue Booker T, but that came a little later. Um, Undertaker choke slam on Stone Cold. Boom. Jarrett? No, because Jarrett was established in WWF. Granted, Jarrett, yes, was a mid card guy, but he was also like an established guy. Like he wasn't a guy that like. But if you want to make the argument that he was mid card in WWF, he goes to WCW and he becomes a world champion, he becomes main event guy. You could make that argument. I guess I don't really count Jarrett because Jarrett just to me was known, right? Like we knew him in WWF. Maybe he wasn't main event, but he was still a known name. Uh, did Vader just eliminate Too Cold Scorpio? Flash Funk? There's a lot of people in there now. Rocky Maivia is still in there. Mankind's still in there. For some reason, Fake Diesel is still in there. I know Kane's a big dude, but like this gimmick sucks. It's like, can we just get to Kane already? Can we just get to that gimmick, please? Terry Funk is still there. Austin's been in there for fucking forever. And you can tell the years that the Rumble did not main event the show, that kind of tells you the state of the Rumble that year. Like, because the main event of the show is going to be Shawn and Psycho Sid for the title. I mean, granted, maybe it's because Shawn, it's his hometown, Texas. But like, still, I kind of always think the Rumble should main event. You know, just, I mean, the fucking name of the show is the Royal Rumble. It's odd to like not main event with the Royal Rumble. Sid, yes, they showed at the beginning of the pay-per-view, they showed the footage of Sid beating Shawn at Survivor Series 96, Madison Square Garden. The crowd, Madison Square Garden loved Psycho Sid. They turned on Shawn, cheered for Sid like crazy. Sid's supposed to be the heel, but you'd never know it. Yeah, Henry Godwinn held on, did not get eliminated. I don't know if Henry Godwinn, like, did they win the tag titles? Because Henry Godwinn, I don't think he ever was, like, IC champion. Uh, who, Fake Diesel? He is really big. Kane as Fake Diesel. He might even be bigger than real Diesel. Like, Kane's arms are fucking yoked. You know, it's easy to forget that, like, Kane was big. Like a big dude. He's taller than Undertaker. He's got more muscle than Undertaker. Oh, Undertaker just threw Henry Godwinn out of the ring, I think. Right? Yeah. Is this the last? Was Undertaker number 30? Is this the end of the Rumble? Yeah, I think that was the end of it. Ooh, Austin? Is Austin gone? No, almost. I think Taker was number 30. Oh, Mankind with the mandible claw on the Rock, and oh, the Rock is gone. Well, Rocky Maivia is gone. How many people are left now? I didn't realize Taker was 30. I think we're at 7. 7 people left. It is amazing to think of '97, Rocky Maivia. It's like whatever. By '98, he's The Rock, and by '98, I'm not gonna say that he's like super over because he was still a heel, but such a difference as far as like from a character standpoint, The Rock goes through. Oh, Mankind just eliminated Terry Funk. Goodbye, Terry Funk. Sorry, Terry Funk. Sorry. Yeah, it's weird to think that Terry Funk has passed away because I feel like Terry Funk was alive for so long. Oh, Undertaker just eliminated Mankind. Wow, I barely saw that. Now, Mankind and Terry Funk are fighting each other outside the ring. This is before Mankind and Terry Funk became uh, partners, by the way. I think they became partners in '98. Oh, whoa! Brett just eliminated Austin. But the referees didn't see it. And Austin went back in. Austin just threw out Undertaker and Vader. Brett just eliminated Fake Diesel. And Austin just threw Brett out. Austin wins. Austin wins the Rumble. He cheated. So Austin got eliminated. Referees didn't see it. And then he went back in the ring. See, Bret Hart getting screwed. Isn't it crazy to think that they made a storyline where Bret Hart was getting screwed the same year before they screwed him over in real life eventually, right? Like, the story is that Bret gets screwed here. And now Bret's angry. He's angry. He's pissed at the referees. The referees didn't see it. Bret's losing his shit. Oh, Bret's grabbing Vince. Bret's pissed. Uh-oh. I love that like Bret goes up to Vince and is basically complaining because Vince is the owner, but they don't really talk about Vince being the owner. So it's all this like weird unspoken. Damn. Yeah, he definitely eliminated him. There it is. But they didn't see it. Bret got screwed. Again. It's pretty wild. Poor Bret. '97 was not a good year for Bret. If you think about it, '97 wasn't a good year for Bret. '99 wasn't a good year for Bret. Um, I don't know what he did in '98, honestly. That WCW run was not great. Bret was definitely a guy that WCW didn't know what to do with. They had no idea what to do with Bret. A complete waste. The part of me that wants to go back and rewatch some WCW shows, because there's a lot of them that I haven't rewatched since it happened. especially like 99, 2000 WCW. Definitely haven't rewatched any of that. Ha! I like the controversy here, though. Like 95, they emphasized the idea that it had to be both feet, not one. And then this year, they're emphasizing that the referee has to see you get eliminated. And technically, 94, right? The big thing was two people winning. Uh, 62. What was that guy's name? That guy that was managing Sean? I think he was Sean's wrestling trainer or some shit. Whose ever idea it was to get Sid the name with the sparklers or whatever. Very cool. Is that where they are? San Antonio, Texas? Okay. Damn, how many times did Sean super kick Sid? Jesus. Jose Lothario, that was his name. Okay. There's no way he's still alive, right? Huge. Huge. Sean has the flu? Uh-oh. Is that why he hasn't shaved? Is this like the infamous flu game? Like when Michael Jordan had the flu and had one of the greatest fucking showings ever? 71,000. There's only 60,000 people. So they're definitely not sold out then. How long did this guy manage Sean? Sean said it was 70,000. There it is. There's the music. It's interesting to see the gorilla position back in '97. Very different than today. Today it's like super decked out, produced, lit up. Oh, is that his was that his parents? What is that? Why is that so low? The Lupin Sean song. Sunny was still around then, right? I don't think we saw her tonight. I wonder if this was during the period where Sean was sleeping with Sunny on the side. They're already lowering the Sid pyro. Sid had a very cool entrance. You can't deny that. Oh, there he goes. There's Sid. And he's got the winged eagle title. I do like the pre-match hallway walk. And Psycho Sid had a killer theme song, man. I know they're in Sean's hometown. Well, hey, people are giving Sid the fist bump in Texas. What does that tell you? It tells you they think he's cool as fuck. There you go. Who's the man? So even in Texas, people prefer Sid. I smell a power bomb. I don't know why this isn't the Sid, the Psycho Sid that they didn't put in 2K25. Like I don't know why you would put any other version of Sid in the game. You know what I mean? Like, this is the era. When you think of Sid, you think of this Sid. There it is. Very cool. I don't know how they made that or how that works. Oh, that's going to get raised while it's still lit up? Damn. That's not dangerous? Sid's so big. He's so tall. Oh, and he shoves Sean down. Oh. Oh, wow. I did not expect Sid to be knocked down this fast. He's laid out. What the hell? Oh, Sean's telling the referee to not count. Oh. 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 Who's that? Pete Lothario? Yeah, how did he get a front row ticket? Was he just giving these seats away? Oh. Maybe Sean is like doped up on medicine right now, right? Oh. Oh, this is the last time that he's going to be out there for Sean. All right. Well, there you go. There's the answer to my question. Another NWO sign. That's the second one tonight. Tonight. Oh, what the hell? They are into Sean though. You can't deny that. Ooh, that always looked like that sucked. You wonder why Sean's back got fucked up, but it's probably taking that. Oh, fuck. Oh. Jim Ross doesn't give a fuck. Sid's not the most technically refined athlete. Shit. I guess so. Oh. Damn. Sid's the man. He's the man. Oh, he waited too long for that pin. What are you doing, dude? Bear hug. Jim Ross. Sid is keeping this in his skill level. Jeez. You could tell Jim Ross was not a huge fan of Sid's wrestling. Oh. Zooming in on Sean's mom looking concerned. Is she is she kayfabing it, or do you think she actually does feel nervous? Oh, whoa, atomic drop. Kind of wonder why is the atomic drop legal? It looks super illegal. Oh, he got caught again. How long are we staying with this bear hug? Jesus. Pin? Is that a pin? Leg drop. Damn. He got some serious height on that. Way higher than Hogan. Huge. Oh, there it is. Good old kip up. Elbow. Ooh. He hit him right in the face. Oh, no, no, no. Oh my god. Was it power bomb outside? Oh. I mean, it was a little safe. Definitely not a Kevin Nash Diesel jackknife powerbomb. Oh! He's about to kill Jose and his son. Oh no! Referee down. Referee's down. Earl Hebner has had to have had more ref bumps than any other ref in history. Oh, is that Kyoto? Yeah, young Mike Kyoto. Oh, Sid just hit the referee. What? Is that a DQ? Uh-oh. Sean just grabbed the camera. Oh, he cheated. Oh, because Sid hit Sean with the camera at Survivor Series. Right, right. Revenge. That's not it, though. That's not it. He's kicking out of that. Super kick. Okay, I think that's it. That should be it. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, people are people leaving that quick? Shit. Maybe they're the ones who were rooting for Sid. Ugh. Well, there you go. Almost 3 hours. I'm unsure if I'm going to do another Rumble next week or should we start with WrestleManias. I don't know. I don't know, Captain. I just don't know. What I gotta do is I gotta double check maybe how many weeks until uh Mania. I'm not your boy, toy. Maybe one of these days, maybe we'll get a winged eagle title. I don't know. It seems a little too small compared to the big eagle for me, but it is like a classic, you know. I can definitely see it as a collector's thing, right? Huh. JR just said that Sean has a lot of class. 97 Sean, I don't know if that's the case. There's literally a sign right there that says, Sean, keep your pants on. Yeah, class is not something I don't know if I would say, Sean. He was kissing teenage girls. He was teasing, stripping naked, mooning. I assume he knows these people. And now he's rubbing his ass on Vince's face. I'm like, what? Is that why Brett said that they were fucking? Maybe Brett's on to something. Oh, are they doing a recap? I actually missed when they. Oh no, this isn't a recap. It's just a replay. Oh, because like I know for Manias they would always do like a video recap at the end. And then ooh, that super kick, that sweet chin looked a little brutal. I'm not gonna lie. He's hugging everybody. Does he know all these people? Ah, okay, we are getting a pay-per-view recap video. There you go. There it is. There's the makeout. There's the sexual assault that we all love to see. The nation. Domination. That shot of Ahmed coming through the green lights, that goes hard. I'm not going to lie. Fucking Paul Bear falling. They keep showing that. Oh. Poor Brett. Brett really did get screwed there. All right. Oh. Time to call it a night. Another Rumble in the books. Ugh.